Okay, in this particular clip, I just have 2 points here to show you. So let's get on to the first one. All right, let's take a closer look at this. This is where Amy has used her return serve as her approach shot. And everybody's in pretty good spot right here. Andrea's right in front of the ball. Steph is looking at Andrea. And here comes Amy. So Jamie takes this first ball and rifles it down. Makes Amy play a backhand volley. And this is where it's important, because when that ball comes over, as I always say, there's only two things your opponents are going to hit. It's either going to be a drive or it's going to be a lob. And Jamie's moving up to it. She's dealing with a low ball, and it really looks like she's going to drive. And so this is where, when you're in Amy's position after you've played that first volley, this from the service line area, because you were coming in off the baseline, is if you recognize this drive, is to scooch in a little bit more, because Jamie has pretty much picked her target here, and that is to keep the ball low. And let's see where this ball ends up. Right down, and you can see Amy's having to play a very tough backhand volley in there. So two things needed to happen here. One, when you're in Amy's position after that first volley and you read another drive, scooch in another 1 to 2 steps. From Jamie's position after making this shot, because she's hit a good low ball, is to move on up, because let's say Amy makes a good play off of that, and then Jamie's going to be in the same position again, dealing with a low ball at her feet. So this is the importance of just getting tighter to the net sometimes to prevent yourself from having to play so many balls from your feet. Okay, so let's move on to one more point here. Wow, that is good stuff. So let's see what happens here. Okay, so Jamie takes this ball. She's made up her mind. She's coming in. And what's important here is, let's take a look at, and we've all been guilty of this, is Amy's being pulled out of the court. And I'd like you to notice here in slow motion and watch how Amy, Steph, and Jamie are all gravitating towards where the ball is going. And we have one player in Andrea who's got caught being stationary watching. So everybody's shifting out to the ball, getting in good position. And obviously the problem with this is if your partner is moving out of the court and you're not, what we have is this, is this big gap being opened in the court. And so here's Jamie doing the right thing. She's pulled Amy out of the court. She's moving up to this ball inside her service line. She could have moved up a little bit more, which she does. And now she's got the Grand Canyon to hit to, which she does. And again, what we're looking at here is, let's say Andrea did shift a little bit. She would not have gotten that ball. But the thing is, when opponents go to play a shot and they don't see such a big opening, then they start questioning where to go with that shot. And by not moving, you're making it pretty easy for their decision as far as where to go with it. Okay? So that's the end for this clip. Let's move on to clip number 3 then. Okay? Thanks.